Hello everyone, we're here with the Luis Salvatto's Grand Prix Stockholm Miracles list. We are on the draw against Eindhoven here, so let's see. This hand on the draw looks like it might be passable, might be serviceable here. So we'll just go ahead and keep against an unknown. Okay, looks like our opponent's mulligan 6. Definitely think this is a keep in the blind here. Obviously, I have no idea what they're on, but okay. So it looks like it could be the mirror. So I'm going to go ahead and drop a Flooded Strand of our own, just so we can try and snare a search for Azcanta or something like that from our opponent here. Okay, that's a temple garden. So doesn't look like search is going to be an issue. Hopefully this is not boggles. Okay. So this could be the Value Town deck, in which case I think we should be fairly favored here in this matchup overall. Okay, you know what? I think I will reveal this Terminus, and we'll just go ahead and get rid of this Noble Hierarch right now. No reason not to, I don't think. Now this will put us back a turn for this Colonnade, but I think that should be fine. We'll just keep with the Snare here and keep rolling. Okay, so they do have blue. What do we got here? Okay, Bant Spirits. So this is an absolutely nightmarish matchup, from what I understand. Our spot removal, of course, does not line up well against his spirits here. So if he just slams another Drog Skull Captain, of course, all of his guys will be protected from our spot removal, and we'll be relying on these Termini to see us through. Okay, Vile's a little late to the party. So this next turn, I think we're going to play out the Field of Ruin and just get a Jace down. I think we might return that spirit to his hand. Just to set him back, buy us a little bit of time. Then we can start brainstorming, get this Terminus back on top. And the reason I played that way instead of just immediately brainstorming to replace the Terminus was because I didn't want him to just play out like another Lord effect or something like that and put us up a creek. So, alright, he's gonna go for that dude again. That's fine. We're gonna start us off with a brainstorm. Okay, so there's a path. So we're definitely gonna keep that. And I think for right now, we're gonna put back this Terminus, definitely. So yeah, we're going to put back Ancestral Visions, Terminus. We're going to play this Teferi, and then on our own end step, we're going to path his Drog Skull. Yep, sorry, I'm just making sure. It's a little early here where I'm at. I'm just still kind of waking up. Yeah, so I guess we should have put that second from the top because we're gonna do that thing that I mentioned. So let's untap. Oh no, we're not doing that. So we're gonna untap this land, and untap this land, and then we're going to path or not. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So that got away from us. I'm not sure what I needed to do there, but that was not what I wanted to do, obviously. So we're going to go for this, and then I'm sure he'll be able to kill our Jace. I'm sure he's got a Rattle Chains in the wings. Okay, so maybe this Spell Snare will be live against whatever he's trying to do. Oh, it's a Spell Queller. So that's not going to work. So I'm really not sure what happened there, unfortunately. I thought I was gonna get a chance to use that mana for the end of the turn. I don't know if I needed to hold priority or something, but yeah, now suddenly we're in an awful spot. Okay, so I guess we'll... So the worst part here is that they could still have the Rattle Chains. So I'm gonna go for this, but I feel like if they had the Rattle Chains, they would have just done that. Yeah, and I can't because this Drogskol has... what's it called? Alright, so we'll just Terminus then, I guess. I guess I needed to hold priority or something like that. Alright, so now we have a Snapcaster in the bin. I could put away his vial here, but he'll just activate it in response and kill my Teferi, so we won't do that. Okay. Go through the turn here. So hold on one moment. Alright, sorry about that. So again, I just keep going back to the fact that we should definitely still have a Jace in play, and we don't, unfortunately. So let's see here. I guess we don't have a path in the bin. Not sure why I thought that would be the case. I guess we'll start with a Teferi uptick, see what we can dig into. Or do we just bury his Aether Vial? I don't think that's a very good line. Let's just draw a card here. Okay. Get an island. So we can play out our island here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So next turn we'll go for, I guess, a Snap Terminus. Snap Terminus, and then we'll replay our Teferi. On his end step here, I will Field of Ruin his Moorland Haunt. Okay. Of course, no more counters going on the vial. He can keep it right there for his Spell Queller. If he does, okay, alternatively I could activate the Colonnade and attempt to block the Drogskull Captain. Maybe we'll go for that. If he has a path, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that'll take down our field, and it'll allow him to get in there. We're going to Terminus anyway. I think we'll let this go. I really want to get rid of this Moorland Haunt before we start sending creatures to the graveyard. And he could also potentially if he really wanted to, he could make his guy destructible. So we'll take a counter off of our Ancestral Vision here. It's suspended. Play out this Strand. I think we're going to grab another Plains. Yeah, we'll grab another Plains just in case. Count this up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we're just going to get our Snap Terminus on here. And if he's Spell Queller, oh, no Spell Queller, so. He could have other forms of interaction here. I'm not exactly sure what these Bant Spirit lists play. Okay. So any luck, we'll get to jam this Teferi down. Geist. Okay. So now we are instantly looking for another Terminus, of course. And there it is. So yep, we will reveal that. And I'm always afraid of Modo bending me over here, trying to handle these miracle cards. Opponent's thinking it over. Okay. And they concede. And this is what I'm talking about with those concession termini. Okay, so Lyra. So Timely doesn't block any of his creatures. So I'm not sure I'm sold. That's where we want to be. Crucible is just far too slow for this matchup. Detention Sphere is also probably a bit slow. But I don't think I can justify boarding out a removal spell. So let's go ahead and get rid of this Spell Snare. I just think it's too narrow. We'll bring in a couple of Dispels instead and cut a Cryptic Command. Maybe the Mana Leak seems clunky, but it could get an early threat. Out of Vial. We're going to get rid of this Ancestral Vision. Is there anything else here that we want in terms of removal? Don't think so. I guess these clicks could act as a pseudo removal spell. Bring in a click over these cryptics. I could be wrong in removing them, but I just think they're too slow. Is gaining 6 life that good? Might be better than a negate. Let's try it out. We're going to keep in, of course, the Oust and the Hieroglyphic Illumination as a way to instant speed our Terminus. That's probably something that's going to be rather relevant over the course of the game. And again, for what it's worth, I think we got very fortunate that first game. I think that our draw just so happened to line up very, very well against their relatively poor draw. I guess we'll go for this. Pulling this down to 6 again. So we'll lead off on the Colonnade, set up the turn 2 search for Azcanta. Okay, so no Aether Vial. It's really, really good for us. Generally, these Vial decks are just night and day different. The games where they start with a Vial and the ones where they don't. So he's going to get on the board here. Looks like maybe a Rattle Chains. Maybe he's just, okay, the Phantom. Alright, so that's the new card. Now, conversely, this is also a position where it's looking kind of silly that I didn't maybe keep in the Spell Snare. But again, I don't know. I'm not sure if I can really justify it against these Aether Vial decks. Here, one moment. I'm going to go close the door. Getting a little bleed over noise from the kitchen here. One moment. Alright, sorry about that. So I think we're in for an island here. I think we need to just start building up our mana base. So it looks as though the opponent has got a Spell Queller waiting here, is my guess. So we're definitely not going to play into that. And this is a woefully anemic clock, so we've got quite a bit of time. Again, we're going to hold on to these Oupts. I'm also going to keep this Dispel. I'm sure they run things like Collected Company. Okay, so no value Spell Queller. Yep. So we're going to burn one of these Oupts here. Actually, no. We're going to take this hit. I want to see if I can enable this island. I'm going to bottom that. Really like to hit a Terminus. Okay, a path. So we could try a path on his bro here. He may have another Spell Queller, but if he uses it, okay, excellent. So if he uses a Spell Queller, Gives us another shot at a Terminus next turn, of course. Alright, so we're going to hold on to this. Terminus in our graveyard? No. But I don't think we're going to reveal it. I think we're going to go for the Jace here. If he has a Spell Queller, that's okay. We will deal with those repercussions. So I'd really like to hit a land drop here. So, yep, he does have the Spell Queller. And quells up our Jace. So we get punished if he has a Lord effect here, but if he doesn't, then we should be in decent shape. So what do we see? Supreme Verdict? No. We're going to draw that. If he has Spell Queller, number 3, well then I guess we get got. He could also go Rattle Chain, flash in Rattle Chains, flash in Selfless Spirit, in which case then we get doubly got, but I don't think we can pass up something like that. So we get our Jace. Cast any of these cards. Hoping the goes kick. Yeah, we're gonna click this card here. He's got another Spell Queller. Collected Company in response. Okay. There's a Geist. And a Thalia. Wow. Okay. So that's pretty unfortunate there. Okay. So we're going to brainstorm here. We just need to get this. We just need to get this Terminus back on top of our library. So let's see. The rest of my turn is going to play out with play a Colonnade, and that's going to be it. So I'm going to put Lyra Terminus on top. Opponent does not have a way in play to make us shuffle our library. So we'll do that, play the Colonnade, and pass the turn. Now our opponent, depending on what's in his hand, he may be able to kill us here, I think. He's going to get his Angel. Okay, let's see where he's going to go. Okay, Angel at Jace, these two at us, right? So we'll get to untap. No. Reveal Terminus, yes. Cast this guy. Okay, what's going on here? Again, I'm always paranoid of those. Okay, what's this? Disdainful Stroke, alright. So we've got the Dispel here. If he has any other little bit of interaction, we probably just lose. Go to main phase. Really wish I had one extra mana here for this timely reinforcements. So hopefully he does not have a flash threat at the end of this turn. Okay, excellent. Excellent. So we're going to get to play a timely reinforcements construct. Okay, so does that mean that he plays that little? Okay, so there's another Geist. we're going to really need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to really need an answer to this Geist. I could attempt to opt into a Terminus here, but it would require me to Ghost Quarter one of my own islands. I think maybe we're gonna go ahead and give that a shot. No, I really don't want to go down a land here, I guess. Alright. Lyra. No. That's right. Forgot that was on top of our deck. So we're going to play Lyra. And I guess if he has a path, we lose. Because if I take this line, if he has a Spell Queller, we lose. So we'll just go for this and see what he's got. Unified Will. Okay, I guess we lose. Alright, so do we want to change anything up here? Opponent definitely has a decent amount. So let's see. So his counter magic was in the form of Unified Will and sorry, I'm gonna brain fart. Disdainful Stroke. So I think maybe we do want a Spell Snare here. And I'm gonna cut a Vendilion Clique for that. And we'll go from there. And again, our opponent looks like he typed 2 L's and 4 O's at us. I'm not sure what that was about. Perhaps in response to a Terminus or something like that. Guess we can just make that go away, right? Alright, I'm going to grab a drink. Be right back. Alright, so here we go for the third and penultimate match in this series. So we are going to play first, of course. 1 Oust, 1 Snapcaster. Get rid of that. We will keep. We've got removal and snap removal, so I mean, kind of removal, I guess. But if we can just keep him off his toes until we can land this Lyra, I think we should be fine. It looks like a Vile start. Okay, so we are going to have somewhat of an uphill battle here. Because he's going to be able to play around a lot of our things. But we do have a Detention Sphere in the deck at this point, so especially if he goes like Vile number 2 on his turn, and we just untap, we just untap and rip a sphere, we have the potential of really sticking it to him. It's also possible that our opponent, okay, never mind, he does have another land, so looks like our opponent's interested in playing this slow and steady, which is fine by me. And again, I do think that we're in it to oust just about anything that he plays. Looks like he might be thinking of flashing in either a Hierarch or a Mausoleum Wanderer, but don't think that does much for him. So we'll just play this tapped, pass the turn. Haven't seen a Mausoleum Wanderer in any of these games, but I would be hard-pressed to think that he doesn't play the card. Okay, so your opponent's a little light on white mana. Okay, so there's the captain. And there's an opt. I know I said about that I felt like I was kind of in the game to oust anything he plays. But I really don't know how I feel about... Alright, so we'll try and oust, and if he has a Rattle Chains, we'll see if we can't get a Terminus online next turn. Okay. Yep, here we go. This is a Phantom, I imagine. Okay, so there's the Wanderer. And this is counter instant or sorcery unless I pay X, where it's power. So it's worth noting that a Terminus works as of right now, but if he does have another Jog Skull to flash in, it could create a problem, but we're going to opt here anyway. Planes, put that on the bottom. Path. Okay, so here we're going to go for, I think, the path on this guy. And again, if he has shenanigans, we will figure that out next turn. If he's got a Spell Queller here, which looks like he does, we can go ahead and snap Oust next turn. Okay, Ghost Quarter. So let's play Plains. So if we go for this and he trips us up, we take at least 6 next turn. Since we're kind of gunning for a sweeper here, we're going to try and snap Oust on the Spell Queller. Can unlock our path. If he's got a spirit to flash in and buff the Wanderer, at least we're still kinda... Alright. Okay. So we're going to take a big hit here. And I think the draw that we want is a Dispel, so we can try and play out our Lyra. Wow, is this a Drog Skull? Oof. Okay. So now we need a... One, two, three, four, five, six. So Lyra doesn't do it. Teferi doesn't do it. We have excuse me, we have 4 Terminus in the deck. We have 4 Terminus in the deck, so that's our out. We opt into Terminus, and we either hit it or we lose. And if he has any way whatsoever to interact with our opt, we also just lose. Okay, down on the bottom, and it's a Jace, so we lose. Alright. So, like I said, this matchup is fairly horrendous. They have a lot of flash creatures. They throw around a lot of hexproof. And, again, like I said, I think we got pretty fortunate the first game. Terminus is a good weapon to use against them, since it gets around their Selfless Spirit and all their hexproof, but there's really only so much you can do, I think, in that matchup. I mean, if we played the Lyra, if we had a little more life to work with, we could have considered playing the Lyra there. The first strike damage on a spell queller would allow us to unlock one of those removal spells. So we could have first striked, killed a spell queller, got an Oust or a Path. But then we would have had to hit the Drog Skull Captain with that. So it's not like we could have just machine gunned down his guys with the removal spells that we would have unlocked. And again, also just the Lords were really pressuring our life total in that instance. And I just don't think it would have worked out the way we wanted it to. Maybe I could have sideboarded better. I'm not sure. I think it was definitely a close game. I'd have to rewatch the video to really see any egregious misplays. I can't think of any right off the top of my head, but in those type of matches, yeah, you usually kind of feel like you slowly get backed into a corner, and then you basically get to a point where it's just like, well, I have pretty much 1 or 2 decisions, and I either get this card I need right now or else I lose. So that's kind of with the increased variance that I have mentioned in these Terminus builds. It's extremely high in the raw power category, but if you can't get those miracled in when you need them, So yeah, sometimes you just come up short. So either way, if you have any advice on even the matchup in general, or if there's a line that you saw that I did not, which is very well possible, be sure to mention it in the comments below. And of course, go ahead and subscribe and like and support in whatever way you see fit the content here if you're enjoying it. And we'll catch you next time for some more control action. So take care, everyone. Thanks for watching.